So Venkat, how does SelectHub compare with the more traditional procurement tools like SAP, Ariba, and Oracle that are out there today?
That's a great question, Tony. And really, SelectHub is complementary to all of those products that you just mentioned. I'll tell you 3 specific areas where SelectHub complements these products. Number 1, these products, whether it's Ariba or some of its competitors, they do a phenomenal job with invoice management, spend management, contract management. And those are very important. But the area that SelectHub covers is all the front-end part leading up to the contract management and the invoice management and the spend management. Today, if you look at the landscape, end users and IT ends up using Excel spreadsheets and Word documents and MS Project and SharePoint and various generic tools like that. And believe it or not, email is often the default communication mechanism. Yeah. And IT deserves better. These businesses deserve better. When you start using so many different segregated tools, there is no central repository. With SelectHub, you can do everything end-to-end seamlessly leading up to these products. And you can even integrate SelectHub into these products so that it gives companies a holistic view of the whole process. So that's one, the whole workflow leading up to the contract. That's where SelectHub plays a role, and these products don't. Number 2, these tools are really generic procurement tools. Mm-hmm. They, in fact, are very effective right from buying pencils in bulk or other commodities for the company, but they don't really have an out-of-the-box understanding of the technology assessment process. And that's where SelectHub comes in with that built-in subject matter expertise. So when you're talking about all the various stages that we talked about, SelectHub has out-of-the-box expertise. You don't need to build all that into an open platform like SharePoint, etc. Mm-hmm. You save tons of development time, tons of maintenance time, tons of cost. So that's where SelectHub comes in with an out-of-the-box solution and built-in subject matter expertise around technology. Number 3, we are also talking about a big gap from a non-procurement team usage. What I mean by that is, when you look at products like Ariba, really the end users for that product is IT procurement. The procurement team uses it, lives by it. They, in fact, have seen examples of customers where they manually copy and paste Word document output into Ariba. Mm-hmm. And that's a time-consuming process. It's an error-prone process. It's very difficult to capture changes and revisions. With SelectHub, that all becomes a thing of the past. Non-procurement people can now use this to collaborate on all of these product requirements and the RFI, the RFP, all the way up to the contract. And it's all right there and can be auto-loaded into Ariba and SAP and Oracle. So you fundamentally are talking about a game-changing way to evaluate technology and an easy way for companies to implement governance around compliance, around security, best practices reuse, and last but not least, transparency and accountability, not only for the internal stakeholders outside of procurement, we're also talking extending to the vendors, because everything is documented seamlessly. There's a virtual paper trail, and it really complements products like Ariba and Oracle.
Great. That's great. That's fantastic.
You bet. Thank you very much, Tony.
Well, thank you, Venkat. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.